I'm hyping it up, and it deserves to be hyped up. We have our next performer is a personal trainer and a strength artist. You can find their information in the back under About Talent. There is an email address for them. Contact them if you want to get in shape like me when I joined a gym earlier and went to it 3 times. Great. I got this revenge body. Okay, what was I talking about? All right, I am so excited to bring up your next act. It's Laura McSpadden. Put it together.
Everyone. So I'm Laura McSpadden. I'm a strength coach. So what does that even mean? I'll tell you what I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in making anyone less than what they are. I don't do that silly, surface level bullshit. What I'm interested in is the relationship between physical empowerment and personal, social, and political empowerment. How personal movement can be a catalyst for change. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I'm going to do some weird shit. And I'm going to leave you all feeling really empowered. Okay? Talk, weird shit, empowerment. That's the thing. So what is strength? Strength is the application of force in a desired way in order to create a desired result. Okay? It is not force for force's sake. Force for force's sake is rape culture. It's the cis heteropatriarchy. It's racism, it's classism, it's sizeism, it's ableism. Fuck force for force's sake. It's ultimately weakness. So what I do is I apply force in a desired way in order to create a desired and productive outcome. But that is not where I began. Rewind 11 years, and I was sitting on my couch so scared, so paralyzed with PTSD, resulting from having lost my virginity in a multi-perpetrator rape when I was in middle school, and multiple instances of sexual assault that followed that day, that I was too petrified to get up off of that sofa. And I can tell you all this right here. The strength it takes for me to deadlift on the platform at a powerlifting meet is nothing compared to the strength it took to get up off that couch, look at myself in the mirror, and decide to walk back out into that world, fear and all. Come on. Wow. So that's what I do, strength. So this is a horseshoe. Lots of horseshoes where I grew up. I grew up in the rural Midwest. Okay? Yeah. Interesting response. And when I grew up in the rural Midwest, I was taught lots of things that people assigned female at birth are taught. Things like, it's rude to say no. It's rude to make a fuss. The most important thing is to be nice to all people at all times. Here's a smile and a casserole. Right? So sometimes the force that we need to use in an application of strength takes things that are pretty close together and creates a distance where before there was none. The distance that says, don't grab my pussy. The distance that says in no uncertain terms, no. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. I lost my rap. Type of strength. The type of strength that brings things together, but not in a just play a nice sort of way, right? Has anyone here noticed that the left is a little bit, I don't know, divided right now. Yeah. So I'm talking about the sort of force that brings things together in a way that elevates the voices of those who have been too long silenced, in a way that brings to light what has too long been ignored. A bringing together that actually creates
What the?
connection. Now this is hard work. It's sometimes a little uncomfortable. And sometimes we need to adjust and change our leverage points.
Oh my God.
Yes! To bring things together in a way that has not only beauty, but more strength than it did before.
Did you get that one too?
I'm gonna be honest with all y'all.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Holy shit and all, there's always a part of me, there's always a moment when I do a feat of strength. Whether it's bending steel, tearing cards, driving nails, breaking chains, all the weird shit I do.
That's awesome.
There's always a moment where there's a voice in my head that says, you can't do this. This is impossible. Who do you think you are to even try? That's what strength is it's practicing, facing that moment again and again and again, and refusing to lose my form, refusing to relent, refusing to let up the pressure until that desired result is achieved. And that is what I believe everyone can do. Everyone here, we are doing the impossible by being here, by saying, we will end rape culture and all of the systems of oppression that uphold it. Thank you all very much.
Wow, let's give it up for Laura. That was amazing. That is the kind of shit that makes me power cry. You guys know what I'm talking about? You're like, yes, I feel so goddamn good. Ugh. Oh man, wow.